What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be installing the IPSCO billet aluminum sway bar mounts with the Energy Suspension Polyurethane bushings for those as well. I'm also going to be replacing the sway bar end links with the Moog upgraded ones because my OEM ones are toast. So let me go ahead and show you guys that stuff. Alright, so here they are. These kits are actually sold separately, so the front is sold as one kit and the rear is sold as another. And they're actually slightly different, reason being that the front sway bar is larger in diameter than the rear. So you can see this here is the front one, and the rear is obviously smaller. So this is the way they come, packaged nicely. Your bolts, your hardware are included. So this is basically most of it. They're going to give you Allen head screws to put in here with the washers as well. And then they have the instructions here. Basically straightforward. It's not rocket science to put these in, but basically they're giving you your torque specs and whatnot here. It says tighten them 50 foot-pounds for torque. Basically we're going to swap those out. So nice thing about these ones is that they have the Zerk fitting for basically being able to grease them, and these bushings also have the channeling to be able to allow that grease to get to the center and lubricate this bushing. So first off, let's get the car, it's already jacked up, but I'm going to get the wheels off and I'll show you a couple more things too. So here are the Moog sway bar end links that I'm going to be replacing. So I'll show you these as well. So these are the ones that basically just replace it. There's not really an upgrade on that. These are going to be the rear, I believe. And nothing too fancy with that. They're the same as the stock ones, but the front ones is where things get a little bit different. So the front ones, they're going to have this fitting here. And the boots don't come installed on these, but basically I can put that Zerk fitting in there on both of them, and I can actually service these and put more grease inside that joint. So that's a nice thing about these Moog ones that the OEM ones do not have. So without further ado, let's take off those wheels and start. Alright, so we are on the front of the car. First things first, let's take out this sway bar end link and replace it with the Moog unit. So this is a 15mm nut on the top and bottom, so let's go ahead and remove that. And to make things easier, I'm also doing the driver's side at the same time. That way I can get the links in and out easily without fighting the opposite side. So I'll go ahead and remove this one as well. Okay, to make my life easier, and since I don't care about ripping the boot, I'm going to use this ball joint splitter tool. So basically this is just going to push this out so that I can get this off. Alright, and that is removed. So same thing again with this one. Let's pop this off. That one's much easier. So now the sway bar should be loose. Yeah, so now the sway bar is free. This is out. Now I just gotta pop this joint out from the bottom as well. Same thing here. We'll go ahead and pop this out. And this one's out. There we go. And one more time here. Alright. Okay, so the front sway bar end links are out, and we can work on changing these bushings and then putting the new stuff all back in. Alright, so next up we're going to remove the sway bar bushing. Alright, this one makes me laugh for sure. Look at how beat up and just messed up this bushing is. So you can see inside it's all worn out and dirty and been chafing and scraping. So this, I think, is definitely going to tighten things up quite a bit. Not only that, but just the bushing being rubber and soft and dry rotted, and then the bracket itself that is going to be a lot beefier now. So that bird's screaming. But yeah, you can just see this thing is just toast. So as always, here's a comparison of the side-by-side, the old versus new. I think you guys can pretty much agree which one looks better. And I mean, again, it's the bushing itself, the material, the polyurethane, that's going to be tighter, stiffer, and better that way. But not only that, but just the bracket itself. So I mean, this bracket obviously encases the bushing a lot better than this one did, right? So this one was kind of obviously poking out of the bracket and creating a little bit more slop there too. Another nice thing to add too, and I don't know if this is usually mentioned, but it looks like somebody just kind of took like a blade and cut this bushing open to get it over top. But one thing that I do like is on these polyurethane ones, the split isn't on the end. And what I mean by that is, see how this one has the knife cut in the end where nothing is encasing it, and it's basically just a frame here, right? On this one, the split's going to be somewhere in the middle here, so it's actually going to be held all the way around, and the split is going to be crunched down and not open up like this one is, where it's always sitting there opening up by itself because there's nothing to support it right here on the bottom. So let's go ahead and put these in, but first I'm going to clean up basically the sway bar with all that crap, and then we'll throw that on. So next I'm going to get the front sway bar end links ready. These are Moog ones, but they don't come with the grease nipple fittings installed, so I'm going to go ahead and screw these in. Next I'm going to be installing the sway bar end link into the car. Okay, so you might run into this issue, which I just did here, is the new nuts that come with the Moog end links. There are, you can probably see that it's an oblong shape, so it's a locking nut. But the problem is that there is no Allen key in the top of this, which some of them do, but the Moog one on the front at least does not have it. So there's no way to get this shaft to stop spinning when you go to try to put on the lock nut. And the only thing to really keep that in there is once this goes into the sway bar, it'll actually seat itself, and then the shaft will be stationary to put this lock nut on. So what I did was I reused one of the old nuts from the old sway bar end link just to get this to seat itself enough that I can put on this new nut. So what I did was just cranked it down, tightened it so that this joint seated itself. Now I can put the new nut on, and hopefully this will not spin. Yeah, so now I'm actually able to put the new lock nut on. Okay, so same thing here again. This is too loose. I'm unable to actually tighten this because this just spins the shaft once it gets tight. So we'll reuse the old nut that is no longer locking on the bottom to suck this in, this joint in. And then once this joint gets sucked in, we can put on our lock nut. Alright, so I'm sure you guys can already guess the same thing that's happening on the driver's side. So see how the whole thing just turns with this lock nut, new lock nut, and the joint not being stationary. So we'll go ahead and put on our old nut. Alright, so that's nice and tight. Release it. Remove this nut. Now you'll see that this does not turn anymore, and I can actually put this nut on. And there we go. Okay, now that the sway bar end links are all installed, we can go ahead and finish up the front by pumping in some grease through here. So go ahead and give this a few pumps, and we should see it pop out here. Yep. And you can see grease spitting out the end there, so we are good. So we're now at the rear of the vehicle. We're going to be doing obviously the mounts, the sway bar mounts with the bushing, and we're going to be doing this end link. So let's start by taking off the end link, and then we'll work on the mounts. Okay, so same with this side. Go ahead and take this off. Okay, next we'll take out the sway bar mounts. These are 15mm. Okay, so same scenario on the rears. They're kind of chewed out looking. The split is on the back half, but there's no support, and there's a bit of gaps and whatnot, so I definitely think it's going to be a good upgrade, and we'll continue. Alright, everything is greased and clean, so let's go ahead and put this bushing on here. Now we'll put on the billet cap. Okay, same with the other side. We're going to remove this bracket and bushing, and then we're going to clean it, grease the new one, and install it. Alright, last but not least, we're going to replace the end links, and the reason is, I'm sure you can tell, these ones are destroyed. So these are going in the garbage, and the brand new ones are going in. Okay, so after installing those sway bar bushings, the car handles way better. The car handles much more flat, less body roll in the corners, and a lot tighter feeling. So I would definitely recommend those. I don't know, even if your car doesn't have that many miles, they still are a huge performance increase in my mind, at least. But thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe. We got a lot more videos coming. Next is probably going to be, I'll be posting the underdrive pulley, the IPSCO underdrive pulley, and I have a lot more videos coming as well. So take care.
What we do here is go back.